pistol didn't have this, but this has a weapon inspect, which is pretty cool. And check this out. Wait for it, wait for it. Check this out. Ready? Oh yeah, look at that. Pretty cool, right? So I'll go ahead and cook those up and then put some more iron. That is a rifle, that is not iron. Next episode, I might actually just go ahead and... No! What the... That's it. Okay, that's gonna be an issue. How do I stop that from happening? Alrighty, welcome back everybody. This is TerraFirmaGreg. This is episode 13, and you may notice that there's some slight differences around me. And that's because I already recorded episode 13, and then it got corrupted. So, yeah. Fortunately, we didn't do much, so I can probably recap that pretty quickly. It's also like 7 in the morning for me. I woke up really early, and then I just couldn't go back to bed, so we're playing Minecraft instead. And so let me tell you a couple of things that we did. So the very first thing that I did is this. This rifle is made very similarly to the flintlock, except of using a steel ingot, you make a black steel ingot. And this is a pretty powerful rifle. It does 35 damage. And, oh, it also, the pistol didn't have this, but this has a weapon inspect, which is pretty cool. And check this out. Wait for it, wait for it. Check this out. Ready? Oh yeah, look at that. Pretty cool, right? Anyway, that is the first thing that I did that episode. I didn't do it then. I did it actually off camera between episodes, but yeah. So let me come down here. So the second thing that I did is you probably will see that everything that was over there has moved over here. And that's because, well, this is kind of my base of operations. This is where I've been doing everything. So why not move all that stuff over here? So I did that. And then let's just go from right to left here. So the first thing I did is I put the infinite water source here, put an aqueduct here so that I can have the water to cool down any hot things. And then the steam engine, the help hammer, the blast furnace are all set up the exact same way as they were over there, so there's nothing new there. And we have this contraption, which I don't know if it's already obsolete, it might be, but basically it's very similar to what's going on with the blast furnace, where this pump is pulling immediately for the blast furnace and then cooling it and putting it in a chest, and it's doing that here with the crucible. And honestly, I should put a chest here too, I just haven't yet. But yeah, it's just doing the same thing with the crucible, and it has a clutch on it so that if I need to alloy something, I can do that. And then whenever I'm ready to pull it, I just turn on the clutch, and then that turns on the pump and pulls it out. So the next thing I did is I made another boiler, and I just hooked those up with some pipes with creosote going into both. And so now we've got double the steam output. Then the steam travels through here and goes here to these machines. So first we've got 2 forge hammers now. We've got a steam furnace, an alloy smelter, and a compressor, and the steam bloomery. Steam bloomery is really nice. You just throw in some iron, some coke, and then it's good to go, as long as it's got steam in it. And then it'll put the iron blooms in the chest right there from this output. Then we got the compressor, which I haven't really used yet, and then I just made another forge hammer because I had this one automated with iron blooms, as you can probably tell. And then we have the alloy smelter, and the alloy smelter is super nice because, for example, I can make brass really easily. I just put some copper and zinc dust or copper and zinc ingots in there, and it just gives me a ton of brass. And yeah, that's really all I did, to be honest. So I'm sorry the episode got corrupted, but I can't really fix that. But yeah, we are in a pretty good spot. And so where we stand right now in the quest book is we have made the steam bloomery the boiler, of course, the furnace, alloy smelter, and compressor. And specifically the alloy smelter and compressor combined will eventually give us access to the electron tubes. So we need alloy smelter to make red alloy, to make the glass tubes, and to make the wood planks, and you combine all those to make an electron tube, which can then be turned into deployers and eventually vacuum tubes and a circuit. So that's kind of where we are standing at the moment. And I would like to, at least in this episode, get access to electron tubes. It's kind of a blessing in disguise, really, because though I was recording for like 2.5 hours for the episode 13 that I did do, it was also kind of just filler content, and I need to stop recording filler content. I need to actually record things that's worth recording. But whenever I record stuff, I just record it all, or whenever I play, I record this no matter what, unless I know I'm not doing anything important, because there's always a chance that I actually do end up doing something important, or the episode does end up being quite eventful, and so I don't want to accidentally make a lot of progress and then not show you guys. That's kind of not very fun for both me or you. And so yeah, but I feel like the electron tubes will be a very big step, so I know for a fact we are going to be recording this, and it will not get corrupted this time, probably, hopefully. So I think our end goal for this episode is to actually make a deployer, which won't be that hard once we get the electron tube. So yeah. Also, let me show you how to make the steam compressor. It's really simple. It's just a whole bunch of... It's very, very similar to making the boiler stuff and pretty much anything regarding the boiler. It's just a whole lot of black steel, a whole lot of these tin alloy pipes, and a whole lot of steel plates, iron plates, stuff like that. So nothing really that I can't do. It's just kind of all these things in a different fashion each time. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started with getting to an electron tube. And the very, very first thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be making moldings. Because this will be very useful to make the glass tubes, which you can see if you put glass dust in the mold in there, you can just make a glass tube. Otherwise, I'll have to do blow, stretch, stretch to get a glass tube, and that's not very fun. So we're gonna make this mold, which shouldn't take too long actually. The only issue right now actually that I'm facing is I'm really low on steel, so I'm gonna have to make some more steel real quick. And I'm also very low on flux, so I might actually have to go mining. And I really need to empty out my inventory. Let me do that first before we do anything else. Okay, I've sorted out my inventory. I've dedicated this chest to pretty much everything metal and associated, so that's pretty decent. And the very first thing I need to do is I need to go find some borax, because we are very low on flux, and I need flux to make steel. So let us go do that, shall we? So I will be going to the nether, and I know a spot where some borax is. We don't have to worry too much about that. Also, I hope you guys are all doing well today. I know it's pretty early in the morning for me, but yeah, I hope you all are having an amazing day already, no matter if it's day or night. And I just want to say big thank you to everybody who's supporting me throughout these last few days of the year and stuff like that. It's been awesome to see you guys support me and, you know, see the new subscribers and new faces coming around. And yeah, I just want to say thank you to everybody, whether you're old or new. You guys are the highlight of my day every day, so thank you. Alrighty, so we are now here in the nether. So I think I'll just cut and go to where I know there is some borax, like Yeah, right over here. So I'll just cut and quickly go over there. So yeah, I'll be just a sec. One more thing, I know you guys want to see it, so I shall give it to you. I know there's some Calanquoises right over here. There you are. I missed. There you go. This thing is very powerful. I love it. Okay, continuing on. It appears you have a friend. Not anymore. This thing just makes very quick work of everybody. Okay, the borax is here as well. So... yeah, I don't exactly know how deep this borax will be, but we will find out, shall we? So let's get to digging, and I will see you in just a moment. Oh, I was recording that whole time. I'm an idiot. Ugh. Well, oops. Well, we got a decent amount of borax, gypsum, and calcite, so... and some Fuller's Earth, so we won't have to worry about those ores for a little while, probably. And especially the borax. Borax is a lot of flux. Anyway, we've got calcite, gypsum, and borax, so I'm going home. Okay, so one thing I just noticed is I'm actually out of coal. So, I mean, I put all the little ore pieces in, but they're out of coal. So I need to go and grab some more coal before I do anything else, or else my boilers will explode. And that's happened to me one too many times. So I will have to go find some more coal. And I mean, I guess I could also probably power this with the coke that we have, because we've got a lot of coke. Let me see how much coke we have. Yeah, we can definitely power this thing with coke for the time being, so that this doesn't blow up. I'll just need to set up some kind of system to put it in there. I guess I can put maybe just a hopper there, because there's not really a lot of space. Put a hopper with the chest. Yeah, that seems like a decent idea to me. And for the time being, I'll just yoink this hopper, because we're not using it. So I'll put the hopper right there, and then grab some coke and then throw it in there. That doesn't work. Seriously? Okay, well, I guess we gotta find something different. How do I put coke into you? Hold on, let me check this on the internet. Okay, so I've got an idea. Because we can't put a chute directly on top of this blaze burner at the moment, what I can do is... actually, I don't know if I can. I'll try it, but I can put a chain of chutes. Let me just test this theory real quick. So, can I put a chute? Let me just see how this works. So if I put a chute like this, how do I do it? Placing chutes targeting the side face of another will make it. Okay, like that. But actually that doesn't fix the problem though. But that is useful to know. Because I still can't put it on top of the blaze burner. So I think my only option is to use a deployer or a mechanical arm to fix this issue that we're having at the moment, because I can't pipe it in without a chute at the moment, and a chute will not work. So these look like they're not taking that much water for now, so I might... Oh, I don't want to stand on top of those. Whenever they exhaust, they do a lot of damage. These don't look like they're taking a lot of water up at the moment, so I guess I can probably just go find some coal, maybe. So these are going to run out of water and creosote if I don't do something now. So let's go do something now. I guess I'll just have to go mine some more coal for now, and then I can figure it out in the future. Which sucks, but it is what it is. I gotta do what I gotta do, you know? So I'll do that, and I will be back, I guess. Okay, we are back. I just went mining. I got a lot of coal, so I'm not too worried about that at the moment. And what was I doing? I think I was making steel, so that will be what I do next. So I will get back to you guys whenever that is done. Alright, so we are cooking up some steel now. Or cooking up, well yeah, we are. Because pig iron in here and high carbon steel in here, and then it all goes into this chest and I can sort it through later. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and start making some of these casting molds that we're going to need. The first one we will need is probably going to be the ball one. I believe I need my file, so let me go grab this. That is not a file, that is a file. Also, that sound is going to get very annoying very fast, I already can tell. So, casting mold of a ball right there. Yep, we need this, and then we just make that into a ball. And then that is part of the glass tube, and the other one that we're going to need is for plates. And this is not the same as the plates that I'm making with that. This is different. The plates I need are for glass panes and rubber sheets. So we can go ahead and make some glass tubes by making some glass dust, which I can just do pretty simply. Can I take the silica and turn it into glass? Flint and quartzite makes glass dust. Interesting. Can I make it out of silica? I don't believe I can make glass dust straight from silica, so I'm gonna have to make it a different way. Which I mean sucks, but whatever. Is there a better way I can make glass right now? There is, kind of. I still need to get glass dust, which is... Really looks like the only way I'm going to be able to get glass dust is by getting a mixer going, so not just yet, but very soon. So I'm going to take half this glass and crush it, so we get some dust here. And then I should be able to alloy smelt this up. I'll just put one in there for now, into the glass tube that we need. Then we also need a red alloy, which is just copper and redstone, which is very simple. So we can do that right now. Redstone and copper. I don't know how much we'll need, so I'll just do like 16 and 4. Seems like a pretty decent number. I don't want to use all my redstone. And then I need to find a place to put this casting mold. For now, I can just go there. Alright, next on the agenda, let's see what we've got. So we need to take the red alloy and make a wire out of it, which is red alloy plate into some wire. So I also need the wire cutters. So I'm gonna have to stop this for a second and make some red alloy plates. I'll just turn all of these into red alloy plates. Here we go, and red alloy wires. There we go. I can put the steel back. Next up on the agenda is the wooden planks. So we need chipboard composite, which comes from... Right now we can only do it via mixing. So we'll need some of the hardwood pulp or softwood pulp and some glue in a mixing bowl, which I can do pretty simply, because I think I've got some hardwood pulp lying around here somewhere, and I need to turn all of that into the chipboard composite with nothing. I don't need any liquid in there, it's just glue and hardwood pulp. So I'll make a little bit of this and then I'll get back to you guys. Alrighty, now I've got 16 chipboard composite here, and go ahead and put this in the compressor. And that'll go. Put some more steel in here. And we get some medium density fiberboard. Now this, all of that combined together will give me a electron tube. I just need some steel bolts and some wrought iron plates, which I've got a couple of iron plates in here. And I don't know if I have any steel bolts at the moment, or like any steel rods lying around. I don't think I do. And turn these rods into bolts. Okay, and now I think we have everything to make the... Oh, I need a screwdriver. Okay, I can do that. Now we should be able to make a couple of these electron tubes. I didn't make... Hold on, I can make one more maybe. I'll make two more, I think. So now we should be able to make an electron tube. There we go. Well, that is the goal of the episode, done in less than 40 minutes of recording. I've been playing for longer, but I haven't actually had that much recording done. So there's a couple of things I'm interested in off the bat. One of them, you might have just seen it, we have AE2 at home, because we can now make Create Logistics, which could be pretty interesting. I've never used Create Logistics, so I don't know exactly how that works, but to have AE2, quote-unquote, have AE2, but just at home might be interesting. Okay, let's make a couple more of these electron tubes. I need the more red alloy wire and the fiberboard again. So now, the centrifuge, the crushing wheels, and the mechanical crafters can probably come later. I want to make a deployer. That is one of the things that I've wanted to do this episode, which just means I need a brass hand, which is just brass, and then a ULV casing, which is not hard. Go ahead and grab some iron and turn all this iron into plates. Speaking of iron, let me go check on this iron that I have cooking up here. Okay, that's all done. Okay, there we go, and now I can turn all these brass rods into brass bolts, because I want a couple deployers, I feel. And then grab these, turn these brass bolts into a brass hand. I'll just make the one for now. Next up is the... not that. ULV machine casing, which is just a bunch of iron, so I'm gonna put some in here already. I think I'll put another 15 in there. And all my steel is done now as well, which is nice. Alright, now I can make that ULV machine casing, which is pretty simple. I'll just do that. And then now I need a cog wheel, which I think I've got some small ones lying around, and I can use those, so why not? I don't want to waste my good cog wheels. Now deployer. No, that's everything. Nice. Now, depot is optional. I don't really think I need a depot at the moment. Well, I mean, we're only 50 minutes into recording. We can keep going for certain. Also, trains are an idea, but I don't know how much I'll be using a train, considering most of the resources I gather are from the Nether, but we never know. You never know. Okay, so now I've got a deployer, a vacuum chamber, so... oh, so we need to make a precision mechanism, so I'm going to need 3 deployers and 3 depots. Okay. So, I will need to make some more deployers. So let us do that, shall we? Okay, that's the hands done. That's the easy part. Now the iron plates and the ULV machine casings. Where's my wrench? There it is. We're gonna need a couple more iron plates. Which is fine, because I've got plenty of iron token. Alright, and plates are done. Grab myself another one of these machine casings. And then, can I just... Oh, I need those 2 cogwheels, and then I should be able to make those other 2 deployers. There we go. Now I need the depots. So the depots come from a metal casing and wrought iron plates, or double wrought iron plates. So I'll need 6 wrought iron plates and then 3 more. So I'll go ahead and cook those up and then put some more iron. That is a rifle, that is not an iron. And I guess I might be able to even power the deployers with this Helve Hammer setup here, because we're really not using it. So, like, I could probably retire this. And that's also a lot of steel that I can recover. I'll put the Helve Hammer, I don't know, just in this chest, I guess. This is definitely a lot of steel that I can recover here, so I'm going to go ahead and probably melt that down, because that'll take a while to warm up. And something interesting I've just noticed, that I can actually just straight up turn cast iron ingots into, like, just throw them in the bloomery. So I'm going to do that instead of having the dust go in there. And it's just the same ratio, there's no, like, difference or anything. So weld these, and weld these, and then weld these last 2. Should be able to go ahead and make these depots. Yes, I can. Awesome. So now I need to make the precision mechanism, which means I'm going to need deploy onto a gold plate, small gold spring, small brass gear, and a wrought iron bolt. So I might, yeah, I think I can try to recycle that and turn it into a, whatchamacallit, a deployment line. We'll try that. And put those together with the large gear. Put the large gear here. And then you take ASU, so I think I can, in fact, run this line. So I put it here, there, and there. Oh, not like that. The other way around. Those are depots, those are not deployers. Hold on. Deployers. Other way around. Okay, I've got it now. I need one more block up. There we go. Okay, so that may cause an issue. Ah, okay, I can't run those. I mean, I guess I could make another steam engine, but that just seems like a waste. I wonder if I can put these on the wooden line. I'll try it. It might take a while, but if I turn off this, can I run the deployers? I might be able to. But I would like to have this millstone still up here, because this is really the only millstone that I have working at the moment. I guess I can make a macerator, and then I wouldn't need the millstone, and then I can make the deployer line here. That could work. If I do this and that, and then run the deployers here. Where are my deployers? They're there. I mean, that works. Then I need to change your hands, don't I? To not... I think I need to give you the things first. The only thing I don't know is if the deployer or the depots run the things automatically across. I don't know about that one. I might have to test that. But let's see, so if I make all this stuff... Oh, it has to repeat the sequence. That would be a good job for a mechanical hand. Once I get those, I don't know how to make a mechanical arm. Well, if I make a precision casing, actually, then I can... Or precision mechanism, then I can make a mechanical arm. But that's probably... Actually, it doesn't look like it's that much. We've got 11 SU consumed, and it's only 0.25 the RPM. So... that... Maybe we could honestly have a deployer line set up here. On this windmill. Which would be pretty insane. So... let me make the stuff necessary to make the precision mechanism, and then we'll see from there. So I will pause, and we will be back just in a moment. Okay, we are back. So if I put this here, then to make the precision mechanism, it is gold spring, brass gear, wrought iron bolt. So gold spring. Oh, I see. Brass gear. Wrought iron bolt. Did I do it wrong? Oh, I've got to do it again. Okay, so they don't go on their own. I thought they did, but that might be a... I think I might need a mechanical belt or something to pull them along. So... I don't really know how I'll do that right now. But I need to make a couple more gold springs and a couple more gears. So let me do that. Alright, and we are back. That took me a little bit longer than I would have liked it to, but that's okay. Just gotta do this a couple more times. Wait, you're out of iron bolts? I thought I gave you more. Okay, hold on. I guess I can fix that real quick. Okay, now we should continue this on. Just gotta put this on here. Spring again. Then this. Then this. And there we go. Precision mechanism. I don't know if I should make a mechanical arm first, or if I should make a vacuum chamber. I think probably the vacuum tubes would be the best, because then I can get like a rolling mill and the mixer and a lot of cool stuff actually. So I think that's probably going to be the first thing to do. So we'll make the vacuum chamber, which is a pump, 2 electron tubes, a big wrought iron spring, mechanical piston, which is not that hard to make, I guess. So yeah, I guess I'll grab some of this stuff together and I will meet you then. Sounds pretty good to me. Alright, and after a little bit of trial and error, not really, but just annoyance, we've made ourselves a vacuum chamber. I have no idea how to use this thing. And now the only thing that we'll need is the resin-coated boards in order to get the vacuum tubes. So resin-coated board is pretty freaking simple. I just need to put some wood ash in a vat of latex and or conifer pitch. And that should be that. So I've got some wood ash sitting around already. Where's my wood ash? I know I have it. Here it is. And then grab a bucket, because I don't have one on me at the moment. I should keep one on me though. I also upgraded these barrels into drums, so that's pretty cool. Put some wood ash in there. I need to take the charcoal powder out and put the wood ash in. And then light this fire. Where's my flint and steel? There it is. It's right there in my hand. And then that will give us the resin-coated boards that we need to make some of these electronic vacuum tubes, which requires... Ugh. Okay. just another line of deployers. And then I need to vacuumize it. Interesting. Well, that can be arranged and make ourselves some circuitry board. Awesome. Now I just need to create these, which is steel bolt, copper wire, so steel bolt, copper wire twice, and a glass tube, and then vacuumize. And do that just once, actually. And then we should be able to get the assembled vacuum tube, which we can then use to make cool stuff. So yeah, I'll grab all the resources I need, and then I'll be back. Alrighty, I've got everything set up, so for now, these 3 deployers should work just fine. I can just kind of change them out as need be. So first steps are steel bolt, copper wire, copper wire. So like I could actually put the copper wire on this one, steel bolts on this one, and then the other one there. So now I can put circuit board, copper wire twice, the whatever is last here, the tube, I think. And then over here, I've set up the vacuumizer, because I just had free space at the moment there. And vacuum that. And make a vacuum tube. Lovely. And now this is where all the cool stuff can happen, because now we can make... I want to make the rolling mill immediately, because this will make it so that plates are 1 ingot per, I believe, if I remember correctly. Yes, it'll turn plates to be 1 ingot per, which is going to be amazing. So that'll be the very first thing I make, and I can actually just go up here and make another one since I made the resources for 2. Because I knew this was one that I wanted to make. That's beautiful. And now we can make our rolling machine. And then the next one I probably want to make is going to be either the mixer or the belt grinder. Honestly, all of these will be useful to make. I'm gonna make all of these eventually. Alright, let's make the rolling mill. Oh, I need 2 precision mechanisms. Okay. Well, I know how to make those. And also, I do want to make a couple of mechanical arms whenever I can, which will be probably pretty soon, actually. So, UV machine hull. Okay, that's not that bad. It's just a little bit more in depth there. But yeah, rolling mill will be on the table next, so let's go ahead and get it started, shall we? I will pause, and this is pretty much just me pausing, crafting stuff, unpausing, and then showing you guys I crafted the thing, and then doing it over and over again. But hey, this is a lot of progress being made, and I don't want you guys to see all the boring stuff because, well, you know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of gathering all the resources to make the things. Anyway, I'm gonna stop yapping. I'll see you later. Okay, so there's one more step I need to do, which is I need to make rubber, which I have not done yet. And to make the rubber, I need to have sulfur dust and raw rubber pulp in the alloy smelter to get a rubber ingot, and I need 2 rubber ingots. And to make the raw rubber pulp, I need to put vulcanized latex with a blaze burner or something beneath it in the pressure chamber. And I need sulfur powder and latex, which I do have latex already on standby because I got that rubber tree the other day, or whenever we were out looking for talent clay. So I just need to... I hope I have sulfur on me. I don't know if I have a lot. I might. I do not. And so I might need to go and find some. Which actually I know where some is because there's some like right in the nether, I think. So I'll do that real quick. Yeah, I knew there was some sulfur right here. It's like not even that far from the staircase. Okay, cool. So we are set on that department. Alright, I've returned from the nether. I really didn't spend that long there. I honestly spent maybe like less than 5 minutes just gathering a little bit of sulfur because I don't really need that much at the moment. So yeah, I didn't gather too much because I want to get this stuff done. And I mean, I've only got an hour of footage, but I've probably been playing for about maybe 3.5 hours or so now. just kind of doing stuff, just kind of, well, actually just doing all the things that you've seen in the video. So like, I don't know. I don't know how long I'll be recording for, really, because most of the stuff that I've got in the video is stuff that I don't really want to cut out anyway. So like, I might have to be wrapping up the video soon. I don't know, I just don't know yet, but we'll see. Okay, so we've got the latex in there. Now we just need to throw that sulfur in and light it. Okay, and that should turn that into vulcanized latex. And then we should be able to, after that, get our... Let me see, how do we do this? Put it into the thing with a blaze burner or coal beneath it and make raw rubber pulp. So grab this and extinguish this, and we will be off to the basin. So I think for the time being, because this is kind of just temporary, I think I'll just move this and put this and that. Actually, that won't work, will it? Hold on. Okay, so for the time being, I just put a charcoal forge down there, which isn't really the best, but it's kind of all I have space for at the moment. I guess well, I can't put it on this gear because then it would be overstressed, but I can put it here, so this will be the cooking area, I suppose. So now we just need to put the vulcanized latex here and have this turn yellow, and then this, great. We'll have that turn yellow, and then that should give us our rubber pulp once this becomes hot enough. Or do I need to put it in the... Maybe I need to put it in here instead. I don't think that's what I wanted to do. Or does this need to be in here? Oh my god, I'm just stupid. Okay. Well, you know what? At least it's working. That is the plus side here. Just feel really dumb for a little while. You know, it's only just come to my attention that there's honey on these beehives. Oh crap. I don't think they like me. Where's my knife? There it is. Do I have to, like, offhand it? Maybe put it down? How do I do this? Oh, like that. Okay, interesting. I've got some beeswax. Interesting. Anyway, here is our... Why is this not going anymore? Oh, it's out of fuel. Put another piece of coke on it. I'm also about to starve because I don't have any more food. So I should probably fix that. I just don't want to. But I can do that real quick, I guess. Pretty sure the whole purpose of the greenhouse was so that I didn't have to go out and do this anymore, but I just need to, like, really expand it and industrialize it a little bit, I think, because otherwise I'm just not gonna have much food. Also, something else I saw is in the quest book, in the mechanical harvester, it says it's always a constant 15 degrees Celsius down at bedrock level, so it's a cool location for a farm for crops that can grow year-round. So that may be something we have to invest in, because if I just, like, go down to the nether, and then, or not, like, to the nether specifically, but, like, down to bedrock level, then I can, probably just make a farm down there and make item pipes that can, just suck up all the stuff to the top of the ground. And then I won't have to worry too much about food, because then I can just have my cooking area over there, I guess. Or depending on how cheap the pipes are, I could probably make it even closer. But if I get the rolling mill, then the pipes will be even cheaper, because then it'll be 1 ingot per plate rather than 3 to 2. But yeah, that was just something I saw, and I want to go do, because I don't know if the greenhouse right now is worth it. Something else I should really start investing in is a cellar so that I don't have to keep like my food up in the surface so that it can go a little bit longer without going bad. That'd probably be a decent idea as well. I just haven't yet. Okay, I've got my food situation sorted out pretty well now. Next episode I might actually just go ahead and... No! What the... That's it. Okay, that's gonna be an issue. How do I stop that from happening? I guess the simple answer is I just keep this vessel, I don't know, just put it right here. Or not. Put this vessel here with some bricks over it, and they can't get to it, probably, maybe, I hope. Anyway, that happened. Continuing on with what we were actually doing. Hey, we finally have enough to make our rolling mill. Let's go. So now I can put this down somewhere. I'll figure out a spot for it later, I guess, because I need to kind of reorganize as it is with all this stuff going on here. But yeah, this will allow us to make plates from 1 ingot per, which is amazing. Alright, well, I think this is an excellent place to end off this episode. We did a lot more than I anticipated. Let's see. We went from... where is it? So we got the mold plates, the glass tubes, red alloy, made the wood planks, made electron tubes, made deployers, made a vacuum chamber, got rubber, made resin-coated boards and sticky resin, made a vacuum tube, and then made a rolling mill, which is one of the many machines which I will be absolutely utilizing very soon. In the next episode, I either want to do one of two things. I want to continue making our first circuit. I mean... yeah, no, that I was about to say, well, you know, I could maybe do it now, but... yeah, no, I'm gonna need paper. Okay. I'll need to figure out an easier way to make some paper, I guess. Because as it stands right now, the only way I can do it is with unrefined paper, because I don't have papyrus. Anyway, that's besides the point. In the next episode, we will either finish up these machines, make our first circuit, or take a break from doing all of this stuff and make a mechanical harvester and dig an underground farm. So yeah, that is the plan for the next episode. I hope you guys did enjoy. Sorry this thing was... hopefully this episode isn't too long. I really don't know. I've been recording for 1 hour and 40, and most of it's been actually footage that I want you guys to see, so it could be a long one. I don't know. We'll just have to see after editing. Anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed. Thank you much so for watching. No, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. You know the drill. And I will see you all later. Goodbye.